Canada's inflation rate out this morning. It is up to a level we have not seen in 18 years. And Scott is here to take us through what StatsCan released earlier this morning so we understand what we're paying more for, Scott.
Yeah, pretty much every category tracked by Statistics Canada is showing to the upside this September versus last September. But the official rate for the month, 4.4%. And as you mentioned, Heather, this is the fastest rate since February 2003. Let's take a look at the particulars here, because pretty much wherever you look, we're seeing price hikes from this time last year. The transportation sector, for example, that includes gasoline vehicles, up 9.1%. New vehicles, if you're lucky enough to find one or used, up 7.2%. And that's because of a computer chip shortage and those bottlenecks we've been talking about. Shelter costs up close to 5%. Food, a big spike for the month of September, up close to 4% from this time last year. And within that category, we're seeing pretty much every food item to the upside. Meat up 9.5%. Chicken, beef prices up double digit. Bacon costs up 20% year over year. And also, we know this story all too well. We've been talking about this over the last couple of weeks. Gasoline prices reaching records in Canada, up 33% from this time last year. Now, these inflation numbers are closely watched by the Bank of Canada that gets together next week and will decide on interest rates. No one's expecting interest rates to be hiked immediately, but there are growing consensus that there's going to be 3 interest rate hikes next year, because that's what the Bank of Canada does. They try to get out in front of rising inflation, rise interest rates, cool down prices. But the problem with that is that makes mortgage prices increase as well, or mortgage costs. Now, the reaction so far has been pretty much across the board. These numbers are a little bit surprising. And the 4.4% was at the high end of the consensus estimate. So it's surprising at how vigorous they were. But the Bank of Canada has dismissed these numbers as quote-unquote transitory. Bank of Montreal came out this morning saying that they believe that inflation will settle down in the neighborhood of about 3.5% over the next year or so, but not back down to 2.5% at the end of next year, potentially. But they said that this, quote, strains the definition of transitory. So clearly this is on the radar screen for the Bank of Canada, now watching these inflation numbers a little bit hotter than they would like them to be.